How are you all? I hope everyone is good, well, healthy, fit and fine at home. That's all. So once again we are meeting here with the last chapter, and today I am going to over this chapter. So few part of the last chapter is remaining, which I am going to continue, and before continuing I would like to tell that which topic I am going to start today. In our previous class I explained about major landforms, and as a part of major landform I completed mountains, I completed plains, plateaus, and this time I am going to start one more major landform type. It is river. So beta, every one of us know that what is river. River, obviously it is a source of water. River is a part of water bodies. It is one of the source of river. It is one of the source of water on the earth. So let's see start. River. What is river? River is a large natural stream of water. Large natural stream of water. Why there is a stress on the word natural? Yes, because things are of two types. First, it is made by human being, that is called artificial, man-made, human-made. And second is natural. Natural means which is not made by the human beings. It is all created by God. It is all created by nature itself. So there is no contribution of human efforts to make it. So river is one of the landform which is created by nature. So it is a natural body of water which flows towards another water bodies, and the flow of river is not limited or constrained to a particular part. River, when a river is flowing, then it is mixing with another water bodies, with sea and with ocean, with ponds and so on. So there is no limitation or constraint on the flow of river, that it will be remaining confined at a particular place. Second is origin. Now from where river comes. River is river, it is a source of water body, it is a source of water, but exactly how it comes. Sometimes children get confused that river is a source of water, but from where it comes. So that every child must know that what is the source of river, from where river is actually coming. Source of river is mountain and the glaciers. Actually, those mountains which are surrounded with ice and snow, and another source is glacier. Glacier means the huge large block of ice floating on the river. So when these glaciers ice is melting, then slowly this ice is turning into the water. Simply it means that from a transformation of solid water into the liquid state. So similarly, the transformation of glacier means huge block of ice, when it is melting slowly, then it is turning into water, and the melted water takes the form of river. So these, as I said, that these glaciers are huge in size, very large in size. So when the water melts, then it takes a long shape of river. So you have understood that what is the origin of mountain and glacier. Now we will read about what are the different stages of river. Actually, as a human being, when it born, then after getting birth, it has different stages: childhood, adulthood and old age. Similarly, river has its own three different stages. When it get birth, means the starting stage, second is the mature stage, and third one is the old stage. Similar like a child, a baby child, then a mature child, then an old one. So first one is first stage of river, that we call youthful stage. And youth stage of river, that is the first stage of river, when river becomes very active. It is very full of energy. The flow of water is very active, very energetic. So this stage where river is very rapidly flowing, the flow of river water is very fast, from mountain forming valleys, waterfalls. Yes, now at the initial stage, when a child is very active, it makes a very constant, means numbers of actions, numbers of movement in itself. Similarly, river is very active at its youthful stage. Then due to the intense force of water, it is making different landforms, like it is a mountain, but the gap between this place between the two mountains, it is forming a valley. What do we call it? Is called valley. Valley means the gap between two mountains. That gap is created by the heavy flow of water. So this is created, this valley is formed by the rivers in its first youthful or active stage. Second is matured stage. Yes, second stage is matured stage, like when rivers becomes more little older than its youthful stage. Matured stage is when river enters the plain and joined by its tributaries. Yes, in second stage, river is joined by its tributaries and entering in the plain areas. Plain areas I have discussed in my last video, that it is one of the part of major landform. And these are wide areas. Plain areas are wide areas, and northern plain in our in the map of India, you will find that it is one of the wide stretched area where river is flowing. Numbers of rivers are flowing, and it is joined by tributaries. Now let's come to know that what are tributaries. Tributaries are the parts of river when river get divided. So that is the second stage. What is the second stage? Matured stage. Yes. The speed of river decreases and makes meanders or loop. Now, as the first stage, what is the speed of river? What is the speed of water of river? That slowly starts to get decreased in its second stage. The flow of river, the force of water becomes little slower than the first stage. When it starts in its second stage. Which stage? Second stage means matured stage. Yes. Now old stage. Old stage means it is the third and the last stage of river when river becomes old. When river becomes old. When river becomes very slow, and comparing to the first youthful stage and comparing to the second matured stage, old stage. In old stage, the flow of water becomes slower than all first two stages. So now we can call that here river is old. Just before entering the sea, it branches into many distributaries forming a delta. Now what happens, that as soon as river enter in its old stage, it becomes slow, and at the slow, as it becomes slow, it starts to form a delta. What is delta? Delta is an area of land. It is an area of land where a river splits into smaller river. Now it is the place, it is the end point where river is divided into different splits. And before entering the sea, river is divided into different splits, and the formation, the shape of delta is triangular. Yes, what is the shape of delta? Shape of delta is triangular, and it is Sundarban delta. Yes, which delta? Sundarban delta in India. Where is Sundarban delta located? It is located in India. It is formed by river Ganga and Brahmaputra. Which river forms this delta, Sundarban delta? Sundarban delta is formed by two main rivers of India, and the name is Ganga and Brahmaputra. It is one of the largest delta in the here, and it is the place where all rivers are meeting, and different kind of waste materials and depositions are found here. And next example, another example of delta is the Nile delta in Egypt. Which next delta's name is? It is Nile delta. River Nile delta in Egypt. So this is the all about the what is river, what is the origin of river, what are the three different stages of river, and Sundarban delta, which is found in India. And what is delta? An area of land where river splits into smaller rivers before entering the sea. So this all I have discussed about the river, and now you just see that these are the main points which I have discussed. Okay. Now I'm going to start last part of this chapter, and this is desert. What is it? Is desert. Desert is that major landform. And what is desert? Deserts are vast area of sand. Actually, what are the desert made of? These deserts are made up of sand. The area of this landform is covered with huge sand, and of which receive less or no rainfall. And desert is the area which receives less or no rainfall, because this area is very dry in nature and very hot. So due to this reason, due to this reason, here we find very less rainfall and sometimes no rainfall. There we find scarcity of rainfall. Scarcity of rainfall means lack of rainfall. Now let's start climatic condition. What kind of climate is found in desert areas? Actually, climate of desert area is very hot. Why it is very hot? Due to the surrounding of sand and due to less rainfall. What are the other desert? Famous desert which we find? These are Sahara Desert. Where is Sahara Desert located? Sahara Desert is located in Africa. And next is Thar Desert. Thar Desert is located in Asia. Next is Australian Desert. Australian Desert is located in Australia. So these are some famous desert which we normally come to know. Next are features. What are the features of desert? Means what are the special characteristics of desert? Deserts are very hot during days and very cold at days are very hot. As desert in desert areas, due to the continuous falling of sunlight, and when sunlight falls continue on the soil surface, it gets heated throughout the day. It gets heated, and this that is why during daytime it is very hot. But as soon as sun sets, and slowly sand starts to release its warmness. So during night time, these sand becomes very cold. So as a result, we find climate of desert very hot during daytime and very cold at night time. Now next, what is sand dunes? Sand dunes are that landform which is found near in desert areas. And how these sand dunes are formed? Actually, sand dunes are formed by the blow of wind. Like when wind is moving, this force of moving wind is carrying sand with it and getting collected at a place. So this is creating a sand dunes. And in desert area, we will find numbers of sand dunes on the way. So sometimes these are shifting. These sand dunes are shifting from one place to another place. Why these are shifting? Because of the flow of wind. Because the moving wind, it is creating the sand dunes. Side by side, these are shifting the sand dunes. Next is vegetation. What kind of vegetation we find? As in the beginning, I have discussed that in desert area we find very less rainfall and sometimes no rainfall. And we all know very well that greenery demands water. So when there is no water, there is no vegetation, there is no greenery. So similarly, in desert area, we find some vegetation which are adapted to these climate of desert. So these climate is adapted by cacti. Cacti means a plant which has thorn, which are very thick stem and has thorns out of its body, and the whole leaf is body itself, and the whole body is leaf in itself. There is no branches, there is nothing like stem, fruit or something like different trees. No. Cacti is that plant which is single in itself, and it's covered with a strong sharp thorns, and the leaf of the cactus is very thick, waxy, and it has the capacity to store water in its leaf, which is very fleshy, gel kind. And due to these special characteristic, cactus plant can survive for long time. So this is all about the. And next is date palm. Like apart from cactus, date palm tree also find here, and it bears fruit, sweet fruit, and the leaf of the date palm tree is used to make fans and some other items, and these other part of the tree is used for making ropes. Now next feature is oasis. What is an oasis? Oasis is a small pool of water in desert area where we find little bit source of water, and at the bank of these oases we find date palm trees. Near around these oases we find date palm trees. Next is like what kind of transport, what kind of means of transport is found here. Actually, if we compare desert area to another area, like that kind of vehicles, truck, taxi or scooter or four-wheeler, two-wheeler would be running here. So this is next to impossible, because this desert area, as I said, that's surrounded with sand. So on sand surface these wheelers, vehicles cannot run on it. So mostly people are having camels. Camel is called sheep of desert. Why? Because camel is that animal which can walk on the sand because of very large padded feet, and camel is that animal which can survive without water for a long time. And the eyelashes of camel is very large, so that it can walk on the sand in storm even it can walk on the sand. So these are some special features all about the desert. In very short I have explained that what is desert, and if these are all about the desert. So this is the ending of the chapter, and now if you have any queries you can ask me, you can write in the comment section. I am there to help you. I hope you have enjoyed the chapter, you have understood. So once again I would like to recap. Like in Major Landform chapter we have read about mountains, plains, plateaus, rivers and desert. So one by one you watch or go through all my videos and just connect each and every video with each other. So this was all about this chapter. I hope you have enjoyed. Thank you.